It's a somber day, but there is reason to celebrate. The season is over, the regular season. That means the Minnesota Twins are done in 2022. But I don't want to linger on that too long today. We have a lot of time to go over that. Today is all about this guy. 2022 American League batting champion Luis Arraez. Yeah, baby. I would say selfishly, Arraez winning the batting title is just very nice, feel-good story as a Twins fan to end the season on. But just beyond that, I'm just so happy for the guy regardless. Luis talked about how much this means to him and how much just being a major leaguer is a dream. Now he's a batting champion. We'll talk a little bit more about my thoughts on that later, but my heart is full for Luis Arraez right now.
I want to give this to the Twin fans, to my family, to my two daughters, Emma and Esther, and to my sister, Normeli, my wife, Clary. She was on the stair, and then support me, everybody. I love Twin fans, and thanks for the support me. Because I know Rucaru, Tony Oliva, Mauer. I didn't meet Puck, but everybody talk about him. And then this is amazing. I'm living my dream today.
Remarkable. It really, we see that with like Duran. You see that kind of talent, and it's so. We'll talk a lot about Aaron Judge in a little bit. Guys like that, the talent is the ability is so in your face. Arraez is a little bit more of an artist. You know, his skills are a little bit more subtle. You know, you have to look at the brush strokes and kind of step away and look at the big picture to see the true beauty in his art. Really, this guy's an artist at the plate, a treasure to have in this organization, a joy to watch. And somebody we've seen fight, man. This guy's fought to stay in the majors. He's done a lot of things outside of his comfort zone for the team, including playing through a lot of injuries. And that's, you know, I'm going to vent some. I feel that I need to get this out there. You know, it's a sad day. It's a happy day. It's a frustrating day. So I'm going to vent some and point that frustration toward a commonplace Yankees. I'm not a batting average guy. You probably haven't heard me talk about batting average a ton. There's better ways to look at a player's offensive output. You know, I don't think a batting title is as big of a deal as it used to be. You know, don't want to throw shade. If you are leading your league in anything, it's a big deal. And we're going to talk about some of the stats that I think are even more remarkable, much more remarkable, actually, about Luis Arraez. But it was just disgusting. Just disgusting. Earlier in the week that people were trying to insinuate that the Twins and Luis Arraez were trying to sit him to win the batting title. Number one, that's just complete BS. It's garbage. Luis Arraez has been playing hurt for a very long time. Again, this guy is tough as nails. This guy's played through a ton of injuries and has played not 100% a great deal. So I was very frustrated to see people taking shots at him in particular. You know, if people want to take shots at the team, you know, hey, if Rocco Baldelli and the Twins have a reputation of not playing guys when they're not 100%, I can't completely disagree with that. But, you know, Luis Arraez doesn't want to sit on a bench to win a batting title. That's not the kind of guy this guy is. And it was just frustrating, too, because it's like, how much more do you want? Okay? How much more do you want? Aaron Judge hit 62 home runs. Aaron Judge led the league in basically any other offensive statistical category you want to look up. Okay? So, big deal. Get over it. Get over it if this guy wins a batting title. No matter how it was, you're wrong about that anyway. And he ended up, it wasn't even that close in the end. Luis Arraez ended up hitting 316. Aaron Judge hit 311. So it really wasn't that close. Judge really tailed off to end the season, was kind of slumping to end the year here. I think maybe was feeling some of the pressure of that home run race, maybe, which is totally fair. Or maybe just wearing down a bit, could be that as well. Whatever it was, you know, Aaron Judge he was in control of his own destiny, no matter what happened with Luis Arraez. You know, if Aaron Judge wanted to win the batting title, Luis Arraez wasn't stopping him from winning the batting title. Him and his opposing pitchers were keeping him from that. So I just was very annoyed with that, and I'm happy that this race didn't end up any closer than it was. I also think it's very ironic that on the last day here, Luis Arraez plays and Aaron Judge sits. Oh, by the way, again, from a strategy standpoint, that's very smart of the Yankees heading into the playoffs. Gives this guy a day off. Totally get that, but it's just ironic given the narrative of how these things went heading into it that was the case. So, Aaron Judge, take your 62 home runs. And it's not him, it's the fans. But take the American League home run record. Take best OPS in the league, best on-base percentage in the league. Basically, any other category you want to look at. Aaron Judge is one of the leaders, if not the leader. So, for people to be putting that stuff out there on Arraez, again, a guy who's played through it, a guy who is just such a likable guy. And it's because they don't know anything about him. They don't watch him. I get that. They wanted to see Judge win the Triple Crown. Who cares? Whatever. That doesn't make the fact that Luis Arraez hit 316 doesn't make Aaron Judge his season any worse. So clearly I had some steam to blow off there. Let's roll this back. I want to talk about some of Arraez's other stats in just a moment, but just want to also just tip of the cap to this guy. I think it's gone a little bit overshadowed how he is just willing to do anything for the team. This is a guy who, when he got called up, they needed a second baseman originally, and he played. When Scope got healthy, they put him in left field. He had played like a couple innings of left field in his entire career, and he was up to go out there at the major league level and play left field and didn't make a fool out of himself. We saw it again this season when Miguel Sano went down. There really wasn't, a clear cut first base position. Luis was sort of in between roles too with second base and third base. He goes to first base, a position he is not familiar with, and again, certainly does not make a fool out of himself. Not saying the guy was a Gold Glove first baseman, but played much better than I think a lot of people could have expected. So just beyond him being, the batting champion, being such an incredible hitter. I just want to commend him for that, just being down to do whatever for this team pretty much. But, I do want to point out these just remarkable other stats. I know these aren't your traditional baseball stats like batting average, things you think of right away. But these numbers really paint how unbelievable Luis Arraez is, especially compared to his peers. If we want to talk about batting average, he had the best batting average in the American League. He had the fourth best batting average in baseball. A 316 average historically isn't really all that crazy, but this stuff is. Luis Arraez had a 94.1 contact percentage. That means when he swung the bat, he made contact 94.1% of the time. That led all of baseball by a ton. Again, 94.1 for Luis Arraez. The second hitter was Stephen Kwan of Cleveland, who was at 91.8, and was the only other guy to even have a 90% contact rating. So, again, Luis Arraez at 94.1. There was only one other dude above 90. That is remarkable. Also, strikeout percentage. Ridiculous. Luis Arraez, 7.2 strikeout percentage. That is remarkable. Once again, second place, Stephen Kwan. He's at 9.3. So the second place guy, that's a huge gap. A 2% gap is a big deal in a baseball. That would be 20 points of batting average, if you want to think of it that way. So the fact that Luis Arraez has over 2% less on his strikeout percentage than the next best guy is remarkable. But again, Luis Arraez, 7.2 strikeout percentage. Stephen Kwan was the only other qualified hitter who had a strikeout percentage under 10 this year. I think those metrics really put a bold italics underline on how remarkable of a player Luis Arraez is. Obviously the batting title, he's not going to get a trophy for best contact percentage. He's not going to get a trophy for lowest strikeout percentage. He's going to get a trophy for the batting title. He's going to get recognition for the batting title. So that's, when I think of this, that's what really makes me feel great about this, is Luis Arraez is going to get recognition for his unworldly hitting ability in this era in particular. He is a unicorn. He's an alien. I love that he is on the Twins. And again, in addition to all these remarkable things he can do at the plate, the guy is just up for whatever, for whatever this team has needed since he's come up. So thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for following along this season. We're not done. We're not done. We got lots else to talk about. Lots of other Twins stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the other teams too. We're going to talk about the postseason a bit. But again, I just want to thank you so much for supporting the channel. I want to thank all the members, but especially the premium members listed here for supporting the channel. If you're interested in joining up, it is $1.99 a month or $2.99 if you want to be listed on those credits. But just subscribing, just watching these videos at this point, also incredibly helpful. So thank you so much for any of the support that you've given to the channel this year. Really appreciate it, and we will talk again soon.